The Supreme Court's ruling on October 18, 2024 keeps Alexander Afenyo-Markin as the majority leader in Parliament. But how did we even get here? It all began when 3 members of Parliament, 1 from the NDC and 2 from the NPP, declared their intentions to contest as independent candidates. Meanwhile, the independent candidate for the Femina constituency decided to leave his independent status behind and run on the ticket of the New Patriotic Party. Now, this led to Tamale South MP Haruna Idrisu pushing for a motion to have these 4 seats declared vacant, invoking Article 97, Clause 1G of the 1992 Constitution.
That Parliament and Ghana will go through a major constitutional test. And that constitutional test is that the NDC minority must become the majority from Wednesday next week.
Let's now backtrack to November 2020, when then Speaker of Parliament, Professor Aaron Michael Quay, declared the Femina seat vacant after its MP, Andrew Amwakwe-Siama, decided to contest as an independent candidate.
21. How does an MP operate both as an elected independent MP and at the same time an MPP MP if he should win the election? This lacuna of a ridiculous situation is not what is anticipated under the 1992 Constitution. In the circumstances, Parliament it is determined that the conduct of Honorable Andrew Amwakwe-Siama amounts to vacating his seat in Parliament.
Fast forward to October 17, 2024. Speaker Bagbin set this date to rule on the motion after hearing arguments from Haruna Idrisu. Drawing on the 2020 precedent, Speaker Bagbin interpreted Article 97, Clause 1G and declared the seat of Femina, Amenfi Central, Suhum and Agona West vacant.
I proceed to inform the House that by the notification of the polls, the following members of Parliament have by their actions vacated their seats in Parliament. These MPs cannot be allowed by law and my good self to continue to pretend to be representing people that they don't believe in and they don't have any loyalty for in this House any longer. The House is accordingly so informed.
However, this decision did not sit well with the majority leader, Alexander Afenyo-Markin, who quickly moved to challenge the Speaker's ruling in courts.
The matter that came before us has interpretation reliefs, and that you do not have the power to interpret the Constitution, and that your duty is to enforce. Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member, you are not listening to me.
Mr. Speaker, may I finish with respect?
All what you said are wrong, so I cannot continue to allow you to keep on misleading the House.
Afenyo-Markin filed an ex parte application with the Supreme Court on October 15, just days before the Speaker's ruling. The matter was heard in court, and the Supreme Court on October 18 granted a stay of execution. The court argued that Speaker Bagbin was aware of ongoing legal processes and emphasized the need for these 4 constituencies to continue to have representation in Parliament.
Today, the court has determined the matter and has ordered the parties to file the necessary processes for the final determination of the matter. That is it. So we expect our colleagues and all those involved in this matter to respect the law, including the Right Honourable Speaker.
Some members of the minority were clearly upset with the Supreme Court's decision, with some even describing the judiciary as confused.
The Speaker in his ruling never said that Article 97(1)(g) means this. He gave his understanding of Article 97(1)(g) and relied, even though he was not bound, relied on the precedent of Mike Okwe.
How can you grant an interlocutory or a stay of execution in ad infinitum with an ex parte application? I think the Supreme Court itself has thrown itself into a state of confusion.
Now, the Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, humorously remarked that the NDC enjoyed being the majority party for 24 hours.
Enra echi omuyi adie bi wo parliament ka se omuni majority semotiye anyway omuya 24 hours majority anje bia baby 24-hour majority no omunyaye.
God is even showing a sign of what is going to happen, because even before we have cast one single ballot, the NDC has become the majority.
As it stands now, the NDC caucus in Parliament has vowed to jealously protect what it calls its majority status in Parliament, and the NPP caucus in Parliament also believes they constitute the majority in Parliament. But will this change before the 8th Parliament expires? We will find out when Parliament reconvenes on October 22, 2024. Remember that we are your election hub, and I am Tutuwaa Danso.